Real Shalom. It's your brother Joshua back with another quick coffee break and a quick exhortation for the brothers and sisters in the truth. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? And I want to come with a quick exhortation for brothers and sisters, man, to remind you you're living in the fourth quarter and to not waver. Stand strong in the midst of your afflictions, whatever it is. Don't allow it to take you away from the promise that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has given. Don't allow it to deter you from the gifts, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding that the Lord has bestowed upon you. Don't allow it, right, to uproot you and sit you somewhere that has no substance, right, no power, right, that'll send you back into the world and into utter darkness. Stand tall, right, and be rooted and understand in the midst of all your struggles, these things were ordained, that you were going to go through afflictions if you chose to follow after righteousness, man, right? To be a true worshiper of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? And to call yourself a follower of Christ, a true Christian, by keeping these commandments, these laws, these statutes, and having a faith in the one you call Christ, right? Yahweh Shai, right? And you got to understand that these afflictions cannot move you, but only make you better in the midst of your run, right? And I want to get the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse number 11. It says, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, and Lysteria, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. So it don't matter what persecution comes your way, what injustices come your way, right? Who leaves your life, right? Who changes themselves around you because they can't understand nor stand what you're doing in your walk, right? Whether if it's on a spiritual level or a physical level, these demons plaguing you with, wicked thoughts or, things of that nature, you have to stand. It says at the end, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. And you must understand and believe that the Lord is going to deliver you if you endure, right? And you don't turn to the left or the right, man, but you stay on that straight and narrow path. And it says, verse 12, yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. So if you choose to follow Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in righteousness, man, and separate yourself from this world in these ungodly ways, right? Meaning separate yourself from your worldly family, your friends, the things you used to do, killing that old man, right? And walking in the midst of these commandments, man. Guess what? You're going to suffer persecution, man. You're going to be hated. You're going to be talked about. You're going to be reviled, definitely persecuted at the end of the day, man. So you got to stand tall and not waver, man. And know that none of these things can move you. You have to stay rooted and grounded and know that you're not going to allow this to separate you from the Most High. Right, let's get the book of 1 Timothy, or better yet, 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, and I sent Timotheus, our brother and minister of Yahweh, and our fellow laborers in the gospel of Mashiach, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith. So sometimes you need brethren, man, to walk with you. To be your backbone, right? To set you back on that righteous path when you start to stray, when you start to waver, right? Break you down and build you back up in righteousness, man, right? And to rebuke you when you're going off. And it says that no man should be moved by these afflictions. For yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. So you got to understand that you are appointed to go through certain afflictions in this walk, right? Going back to the classic Sirach chapter 2, man, it tells you If you come to serve the Lord, you have to prepare yourself for these certain afflictions, these temptations, right? These persecutions, all these things that's going to go away from you. Or better yet, try to hinder your walk. But yet these things are set in place to refine you as gold, right? And it says, for verily, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, even as it came to pass, and ye know. So you already know these things, man. So don't act surprised when certain things befall you, man, in your life that try to beset you and set you back, right? Or try to, give you an alternate route to go. Stay on the righteous path, man, and know that all these things are of the Lord. And better yet, we have to glory in the tribulations because it works patience, man. It develops patience, your character, right? And allows you to know how to navigate through these things by simply using these scriptures, man, right? The map that is laid out before you, right, for your forefathers and things of that nature, to see how they conducted themselves in certain situations, right? And utilize the wisdom that is given for you to get out of these situations by leaning on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in these last days and staying deeply rooted in the things you've learned, right? This truth, this knowledge and understanding, and know that this pathway is only leading you to everlasting life if you endure unto the end, and know that everything comes from the Father of lights, man, right? Everything is ordained by the Lord, man. And you go through certain things just to come out renewed and whole at the end of the day, man, right? So let me get one last precept, man, real quick, in the book of Baruch, right? Real quick, the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse number 25, and it reads, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemies have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread on his neck, right? Talking about the heathen, man, right? And it says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemy, right? Here's the point. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. So whatever problems, man, persecutions, temptations, anything that comes your way through your life, man, right, and in this walk, it's all from the Most High, man. Just to put you through that test, right? To run you through that so-called rinse cycle, man, for you can come out on the other end clean, right? And it says, for as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. Meaning cleave onto him more and more in these last days, man. Hold on to him more and more, right? The more things that come your way, go and grab on the hem of the Lord, man, and don't let him go. And it says, for he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. So understand, when you go through these trying times, when you go through these temptations, cleave unto the Most High and don't turn away, man. Stay focused, rooted, and grounded. And don't give up the fight, man. This is not a movement. This is a lifestyle. Remember that. But hope it was edifying. Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Take these precepts and apply them to your life, man. But with that, Shalom.